Let's take a look at current stories on the continent, starting with President Ramaphosa's visit to China to attend the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation this week. Commenting on the growing suspicions against China's deepening involvement in Africa, Ramaphosa refuted that the Chinese increasing investment on the continent is a new form of colonialism. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Then there's the MTN-Nigeria legend. Last week, the country's recent or central bank, I should say, ordered MTN to return $8.1 billion alleged to have been illegally transferred out of the country. As if that was not enough, now the Attorney General's office said the mobile operator owed $2 billion in back taxes. Well, our old friend of Morning Live and a great fan of the continent and someone who looks at it so deeply is Victor Kgomoeswana. He's the author of Africa is Open for Business, and he's here with us again. Always good to see you.
Good to see you, Len.
Busy week on the continent.
Very, and it's going to get busier, I believe.
It is, which is a good thing.
We need that.
But we need to make it a good thing. So I want to start firstly with all these rumors about a new colonialism wave sweeping through the African continent in the form of China investment. Right. What do you think of what's going on?
It's not a rumor, it's true.
Yeah.
The only difference is how is that happening? Remember, colonialism is as old as time itself. There's always going to be a superpower that's dominating. But the problem is, what is Africa doing while China is doing that? China is doing what any big country would do. With their 1.6 billion or so people, they need our resources. Africa, on the other hand, is disjointed. Even with the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, we are still disjointed. So China is able to strike all these deals with individual countries. I'll build you a school here, I'll build you a road there, give me your minerals. I'll sort out your harbor, but get me access to the... So they are doing what any country has always... The only thing is I don't like about people talking, it's colonialism.
Yeah.
I want to ask them, when did they realize colonialism was wrong? Because... as an African, I've always been under some colonial influence. But the essence of it is this. Africa needs to be organized so that they can collectively bargain for their interests. And the bargaining would do this, Leon. It would give us the factories. It would give us the manufacturing value chain. Bring a bit of that here. Because at the moment, if you look at sub-Saharan Africa, we're still doing 80% of the trade we do is exports, raw minerals, resources, and we are importing gadgets almost by the same ratio, 80% electronic gadgets made with whatever we exported there. That can't be right, especially if our economy is in recession and we are supposed to be exporting minerals to China. So I'm saying there's nothing wrong with China getting to do business and trade with Africa as long as Africa is calling the shots. But for President Ramaphosa to simply refute claims, he is showing, I would say, an insensitivity to the reality that China is dominating this continent.
And the reality is it's not about the Chinese. Chinese have seen a gap and they are coming in and they're doing what they do best. They're finding it, they're building, they're helping in what way they can for their benefit.
So I would like to hear him say, I would like Africa to be organized and use the power of South Africa on the continent to say, let's unite and make sure China negotiates with the African Union, not with Rwanda, with South Africa, with Nigeria, because that's divide and rule, and it's not going to work in our favor.
Exactly. And let us use this opportunity as the African continent to create beneficial business deals, because it mustn't be beneficial to one party and not the other. And that's what's got to be, I suppose, at the center of it. So I've just heard we've got to take a very quick break. Not that we're going to end this, because we've got I have got 3 lists of questions to ask you.
We're about to break my heart.
Yeah, I know. We're not ending. We're just taking a quick break. We've got to pay some bills here. And then we're going to come back. And I want to talk about Kenya. We thought we had it bad. 16% VAT is what they've got on fuel. And that kicked in this week, as many as other issues. We've got lots to talk about. Stay where you are.